Have you ever stood in the bread aisle, looking at all the delicious options, and wondered about the grains that make up your favorite loaves? It is quite common to confuse different types of grains, especially when you are navigating a specific diet. Today, we are going to explore a very common question about a grain often found in traditional breads and some unexpected places. So, the big question is, does rye contain gluten for a gluten-free diet? The direct and clear answer is yes. Rye absolutely contains gluten and is not suitable for anyone strictly following a gluten-free lifestyle. If you are managing celiac disease or dealing with gluten sensitivity, avoiding rye is a fundamental and essential step to safeguard your health and well-being. To understand why rye is a no-go, let us first clarify what gluten actually is. Gluten is not a single element but a collective term for a family of proteins naturally present in certain cereal grains, primarily wheat, barley, and of course, rye. In the case of rye, the specific problematic gluten proteins are called secalins. These secalins are structurally very similar to the gliadin proteins found in wheat. When someone with celiac disease consumes rye, these secalins trigger an adverse autoimmune response in the small intestine, leading to inflammation and damage to the villi, which are tiny, finger-like projections responsible for nutrient absorption. This damage can result in nutrient deficiencies and a host of uncomfortable symptoms. Even for individuals with non-celiac gluten sensitivity, consuming rye can cause a range of digestive issues and other symptoms because their bodies react negatively to these specific proteins. It is crucial to remember that gluten is an intrinsic part of rye's natural makeup. This means that gluten cannot be simply cooked out, washed away, or removed through any standard processing methods. Therefore, rye, in all its forms, consistently presents a challenge for those on a strict gluten-free diet. Now that we have a solid understanding of why rye must be avoided, let us talk about the practical steps you can take to ensure it stays out of your gluten-free diet. The most powerful tool you have is becoming an expert at reading food labels. Make it a habit to carefully examine the ingredients list on all packaged foods, even items you might assume are safe. Specifically, look for rye explicitly listed or any ingredients that are clearly derived from rye. Common foods where rye frequently appears include various types of rye bread, dense pumpernickel bread, many crisp breads and crackers, and some breakfast cereals. You also need to be particularly vigilant about potential cross-contamination, especially when dining out or in shared kitchen environments. For example, in a bakery that also bakes rye bread, rye flour particles can easily become airborne and settle on other food items. When in doubt, or when the ingredients are unclear, your safest bet is always to opt for products that are clearly labeled or certified as gluten-free. This certification provides an extra layer of assurance. Beyond the obvious breads and crackers, rye can sometimes appear in less apparent places, making label reading even more crucial. Did you know that some whiskeys and vodkas are made using rye? While the distillation process is said to remove gluten, many individuals with celiac disease or a high level of sensitivity prefer to avoid rye-based spirits entirely, just to be on the safe side. Another important detail to look out for is terms like rye blend or rye meal on ingredient lists. These are simply different ways of saying rye flour. Also, understanding the specific name of the problematic proteins, secalins, gives you an insider's knowledge. This level of awareness helps you spot potential hidden sources and gives you greater confidence in managing your diet effectively, turning you into a true gluten-free detective. By grasping the fundamental fact that rye contains gluten, specifically the reactive secalin proteins, you gain invaluable knowledge essential for protecting your health and well-being. Your commitment to diligently checking food labels and being keenly aware of common and even less obvious rye-containing products empowers you to confidently maintain a safe and genuinely effective gluten-free diet. This proactive and informed approach enables you to enjoy a diverse array of delicious, naturally gluten-free foods while skillfully avoiding anything that could inadvertently compromise your health, leading to a much happier and healthier gluten-free journey.